Welcome to SomeGuy's Garage. Really quick video today. I just picked up a whole set of the newer Gearwrench 90T Ratchets as a set as part of the Black Friday deal. It actually came with a whole bunch of other stuff too. So a bunch of extensions and wobbles and things like that, locking, and even a small breaker bar. Not sure what I'll ever use that for. But today I just like to take a quick look at the ratchets. I've had the 84 tooth Gearwrench ratchets for probably close to 10 years now, and they've been great. This the 3/8 Flex has probably been my most used ratchet out of everything in my toolbox. They've held up surprisingly well, no real issues. The 1/2 inch is the only one I ever had trouble with. It got replaced under warranty, but it would lock up the forward reverse and you'd have to pull it apart to get it to unlatch. They replaced it under warranty, haven't had a problem with the replacement since. But otherwise, they've been really, really good ratchets for me. And so you see a lot of comparisons between the newer 90 teeth and the older 84 tooth ratchets out there. And I just thought because I have both in all the different sizes, we could take a closer look at them. Not a durability test like you get on Project Farm, but just a closer look to look at the dimensions and size and things like that and see how smooth the action is. And hopefully that'll help you if you're looking to buy any of these. So first things first, the forward reverse switches. These are fairly smooth. There is a bit of like kind of knurling almost underneath them. And the flex heads have nice positive detents. Looks like they stay in place pretty well. Quite similar to these. This one's a little more worn down, so this may be a bit smoother, a little less clicky. But forward reverse again is probably just as smooth. This one's, yeah, probably just as smooth. I have not oiled these. These have gotten oiled once or twice in their lifetime. Going through the rest of them, same good action. Nice fine teeth. Again, quite smooth and similar there. So, you know, overall build quality, they are quite similar. We'll grab the flex heads again here. They are also quite similar in size, and I'll measure them in here in a second. But they have rounded off the corners a little bit. These are a little more square in the head, and these have a bit of rounding to them. I don't know if that would actually make a difference with clearance. I've never really had problems with clearance with these ones, but it is something to note. But otherwise, build and construction is very similar. And head size is actually pretty darn close to identical, but like I said, we'll measure that. The only thing really actually that kind of surprised me with these when they showed up is they're shorter. So I don't know if that's just the older 84 teeth are all this length, or they've just made the 90 tooth shorter. But as you can see, the flex head and flex head, they're both 3/8 drive, are a fair bit shorter. Same with the extended reach one, and same with the ratchet, or just the regular length ratchet. This maybe is not quite as fair of a comparison because this is the flex head one, whereas this is just a solid ratchet, but again, it is a little bit shorter. So maybe not quite as much leverage on the 3/8 drive here. I don't know if they did that because they were having problems with these breaking. I've leaned the heck on these and not any issues whatsoever, like I said. So kind of interesting that they have shortened the ratchet. The extra length and leverage on these have been useful in the past. So that might be a little bit of a downside to the 90 teeth ones. But I got my caliper here, so let's take a look at the head measurements. We'll start with these ones. I imagine they're all pretty close, but that's basically, let's see if I can get it on there, 31.5 millimeters. We'll do the same with all the other ones here just to see if they're all basically the same head. Yeah, 31.8, so a little bit more on that one, and 31.7. So generally, within 1/10 of a millimeter, those are all the same, and yeah, 31.8. So for the most part, these all just have the same identical head with different kind of features in them. And you can even kind of see that visually. They are all the same looking sort of heads here. And then compared to the old ones, this direction, so that's 32, 32.5. This one is just at 32 as well, 31.9, 31.9, and basically 32 as well here. So ever so slightly narrower heads, 1/2 a millimeter, probably not worth speaking of. And then for clearance depth here, we're looking at 12 on that, 12 on that, 12 on that, 12 on that. And then compared to the new ones, 12 and change on all these, as I said, yeah, 12.5, 12.1, and 12.2, yeah. So generally the same depth head on the older and newer ones, on the 84 and the 90 tooth ratchets, but just slightly narrower heads on these. And then just for length measurements here, let me slide some stuff out of the way. This one is, let's say 5 inches compared to 4 3/4 roughly. This one is just over 9 inches, 9 1/4. Yeah, 9 1/4, almost 9 1/2, compared to this, which is about 8 1/4. This one is just about 13 inches compared to 10 3/4, just under 11. And then finally, the flex head is 13 1/2 inches compared to approximately 11 1/2 inches. So pretty much all of them are an inch or two shorter, 1/2 inch shorter on the really small sizes, but do give up a little bit of length compared to the older ratchets here. And I don't think that has anything to do with the comfort handles on these. As you can see, if I line up kind of where the handle starts, the head length is still shorter, so we've kind of got length on both ends of it. So it's not just in the handles themselves. But anyway, like I said, just a kind of quick look at the new 90 teeth compared to the old 84 tooth ones. Honestly, other than the length difference, I don't think there's a strong argument for one size or the other. I know the 90 teeth have been doing really well in the tests out there, especially the destructive tests from Project Farm, usually at the top of the charts. And like I said, I've had no issues with my 84 tooth ones. So honestly, both are probably a good solid choice. Just go based on price alone. The extra 6 teeth are not going to make a big difference when you're actually working with these. That less than 1/2 degree of arc swing isn't going to make a difference when you're trying to remove a bolt. What will is the back drag of the ratchet and just how much slop is in the mechanisms, which these don't have much of. Anyway, if you have any other questions about the new 90 teeth ratchets or the older 84 teeth ratchets, let me know in the comments below. If you aren't already subscribed, please consider it. And as always, thanks for watching.